Hello and welcome back, or welcome. My name is Heather Thomas, the Songword Stamper, and I am in Fareham in the UK, and it's 8 p.m. UK time. This is take 2 of this video. Me and YouTube are not friends sometimes, and it decides to knock my video out and just go standby. And I can't seem to do anything about it, so apologies to everybody there. Hopefully you'll find me all again over here. Hey Louisa, thank you for coming back. And I'm just going to I was only just starting, so we haven't lost too much ground. And I'm going to show you how to make this corner pop-up corner easel fun fold card. So yeah, I'm going to help you make this one today. And we're going to have a little bit of a play with some papers and some kind of ephemera packs and pop-up sheets. So we've got loads and loads to have a play with here. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we come up with. So apologies for that. If you're just joining us back, my computer and my YouTube are not friends sometimes. It decides it's going to kick me out, and I don't know what to do about it. I need to seek some technical support. So all I've done so far is cut this piece of white cardstock. Oh, bless you, Katie. Yeah, I don't know, because I never see it from that end, you see, so I have no idea what it looks like for you guys. But no, thank you for making the effort to come and find us again. I appreciate it. I really do. It just knocks it out and it goes standby, and I can't seem to do anything about it. And I'm a crafter, not a tech guru, not a tech guru, annoyingly. If I was both, I think I'd be doing very well. So this is 8 by 8. So quite a piece of basic, thick basic white cardstock, 8 inches by 8 inches. And we're going to score it down one side at 4 inches, and then we're going to cut on one side at 4 inches, just up to the middle, and then score the rest. So you've got this nice little kind of corner fold here. Then what we need to do is we need to make some like corner folds. So we're going to line up this bottom edge here and this top edge here. So think about the way I think about it is I've got these two here that are attached to the cut line, and we're going to corner both of these ones going away from each other. So we're just going to line that up in there like that. And then we're going to rotate it around and do exactly the same to the other one. Thank you so much if you're rejoining me. Tech Gremlin's out in force. All I did was try and adjust the light, and I shouldn't have done, because it knocked my cable and everything went up in the air. There we go. So we've got our fold. So what we're going to do is just bend these corners back and bend this corner back here. Now, we've got options at this point. You're going to want to try and kind of secure it like this, because otherwise it's just going to kind of fall apart. So you can either use a magnet, you can use a glue dot. I'm actually going to try and magnet through the top and the bottom. I didn't like the way when I put magnets in here. I'll show you on this one, look. It just sits proud and it's a bit wobbly. So you're always going to have a little bit of a wobble on the bottom with a glue dot, with a magnetic dot. But I'm going to try and avoid that one in the middle. All I had done is put a magnet under there, and then the two of them just kind of go like that. But I just don't really like how it separates these two layers. So I'm going to try and do that slightly differently by putting a magnet on the top and a magnet on the bottom. So I'm going to do that now before I start decorating. Just because once you want to be able to put... Oh, Mandy, I'm so sorry. Katie's just said it's a real pain to try and find it again when it goes. But yeah, the cable just moved slightly, and it stopped producing any video. And it doesn't matter what buttons I press, nothing seems to work. So I've decided that starting afresh is the best way to go. And then I just don't touch anything. Don't touch a thing. So what I'm going to do is I've got 2 magnets here. If you've never used craft magnets before, they're wonderful. They're very, very strong. Really, really kind of grippy to each other. The magnets are so strong. So what you're going to do is you are going to put glue dot. You're going to find which way. First of all, let's just talk about that. You're going to find which way they go together. So all I do is take the 2 magnets. They will physically repel if you try and put them together the wrong size. And did you see how quickly that just grabbed? So I just put them close together and they will figure themselves out. Bless you. Yeah, no, it's tech is not a friend of mine sometimes. So what I'm going to do now is I want to put a glue dot on the inside of each of these. So you're going to have to pull them apart and then remember which side is which. Not the easiest thing to do, I'll give you that. So pull them apart And that is the inside of those two when they're stuck together. That's where the glue dot's going to go. A lot of magnets is like trial and error. Just you have to kind of keep, you'll work with it and you'll go, oh, I didn't like how that worked. Like I've done with this card here. So you're trying to find another way. So I'm just going to pop that in the middle. And now when we put this one, make sure your thing is closed. And I can almost just drop it on and it's going to centrally find itself. It's going to naturally go where it needs to go. Okay. So because this is under everything, we can make a bit of a mark. So as I move it away, I'm just going to put a dot in the center. Yeah. And that's going to show me that's where I need to put my glue dot. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to slide it off and then flip it over, and that bit there is where the glue dot's going to go. Hi Shaz, so sorry. It's really difficult to find, isn't it? Katie was saying, I've never seen it from a kind of your guys' perspective, but new videos are not the easiest to find. So apologies, and thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. I touched the cable. That was all it took. So this is, and you can do it lined up, you can do it not lined up. That is where we're going to place that glue dot. And then we've got the two, you literally just need to do that and that's together then. And I think it's a little bit neater, personally, than having the glue dot in the middle underneath here. And the magnetic dot rather. So that's our card base. So really, really simple fold actually. The kind of easel mechanism is going to be a little bit more complicated, but we will get to that shortly. So I need to make a decision on what paper I'm going to use. So options wise, this one I used the lovely Sentimental Christmas, and that is the product give back for Stampin' Up this catalogue. Or we've got this one, which is the Take a Bow. I think I'm going to use this. The reason I was put off by this at the first instance is because it's not the most economical use of paper when one of our pieces needs to be 3 3/4. But I think it's worth it. And I've got a whole stack of paper here. So I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put that on the, so we've got red dots and we've got green bows. They're lovely, beautiful Christmas colours, these ones. What do we fancy? Papers have all got a bit out of order. So I think I might go with these two. I just don't know which way round yet. So you'll need 2 pieces of 6 by 6. And like I say, you'll need some real red cardstock. Where did I get the magnets from? Oh, Louisa, they're from eBay. No, Amazon. I'll show you the tin. So it's Utomag. I like them. They come in a tin, and this is just separated, and that's all I've got left. So I need to get some more as well. Actually, I might place a link in the Songbird's Nest. So if you're not a member of my Facebook group, come and have a look over there, and I'll pop a link up for these. And I like the fact that it just has this little piece over here, and this was full when it first started. So you can get different widths, different sizes. These are not the thinnest you can get, I think. I might invest in some thinner ones. I think you might be able to get 1 millimeter thinner. I don't know, actually, that's really thin. They're not very big at all. And they're 5 mil across, I think. But whatever size you kind of need. So we're going to grab some pieces of DSP, cardstock. I'm going to go for just some scraps here. You can grab a new piece if you want. I don't know if I've got scraps big enough. This is how I store my scraps, just in a wallet. You would think with this amount of cardstock here, I'd have something. There we go. So we're going to cut one piece to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And we're going to cut 2 pieces at 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So I'll cut down that way at 3 1/2. I love using craft mags. The other thing you could use is like Velcro sticky dots. If you've got any of those, they work quite nicely. anything that you can use to stick those together. So 3.5 and 3.5. So the 3.5 ones we're going to cut in half on the diagonal. So you're just going to line up the top point and the bottom point in that trimmer, and you're going to chop those in half. I always tend to start in the middle. I'll show you that again, just because if I force my blade up past this point here, like you might do normally, kind of start down here and run up, you end up brucking the corners. So just put your trimmer blade in the middle, up and then down, and then you've got your 2 halves there. So what am I going to do? I think we're going to do this one, because most of this is going to be covered up anyway. So this is a piece of design series paper, and you're going to cut this one to 3.5 by 3.5. So card is 4 by 4, mat 3.25 by 3.25, layer 3.5 by 3.5. That's on there. The nice thing about the dotty paper is there's no right way up or wrong way up as well, and that's going to cover your magnet perfectly. If you ever work with magnets and they're quite close to the edge, you'll struggle to get your cardstock stuck down. So pop that up like that. And then this one here, this is a bit better because we need 2 at 3 by 3, I think, is it? 3.5 by 3.5. Yep, 3 by 3. So because we're making triangles out of these, you cut them at 1/2 inch smaller than the layer above, rather than 1/4 inch. So that's 2 at 3 by 3. And then what we're going to do is do exactly the same as we did with the cardstock. You are going to take that, cut that there. And if you want to try and keep the pairs together, then just line them up and put them on your cardstock next to each other for now. Thank you, Shaz. That all helps. I'm so I posted on my page today. Honestly, the weeks are coming and going, and the next thing I know, it's Thursday, and I've actually posted nothing. I've not interacted with you all on social media at all. I don't really know what's going on. I seem to be just enjoying lots of different things in life. I went to a pottery workshop the other day. It was amazing. But I'm really conscious that I want to get back to doing it more and more, rather than just posting once a week and saying, hey, I'm on YouTube. But this is my time to kind of chill out with you guys and spend some time with you. Although normally I'm a bit more prepared than today. I normally like to know exactly what I'm making. So I'm going to show you this one here first. We're just going to pop the base on. So we're just going to line that mat and layer up. There we go. And who has seen, if you are a demonstrator, you will have seen. I will, you're 100% Shaz, you're absolutely right, I think, actually. With winter coming, yes, I'll be out less, won't I? So who has seen the new Stampin' Up scrapbook collection? There's a little mini catalogue coming out. I've had a quick look at it. It looks amazing. And there's some kits in there. It's going to make learning how to scrapbook really easy. I've done quite a lot of scrapbooking in my time, not a mega amount, but yeah, it looks great, doesn't it, Katie? I'm going to post that as well, so you guys can see it, because we're allowed to kind of launch it to customers, and it's going to be available really soon as well. So won't have long to wait. I do plan on doing a couple of scrapbooking things. I'm going to try and get my in-person scrapbook classes up and running again. I'm not sure how I'm going to achieve that, where I'm going to fit it in, but I'm sure I will somehow. Or I might do a kind of virtual one, because then we can all get together online, and you guys kind of buy the kit and we'll make it together, and I'll show you some layout ideas. I don't know. I've just got lots of thoughts at the moment. Yes, Katie. So I'll hit me up tomorrow, and I will do my best to send that to you. We can send you a little linky to the catalogue. How often? That, Louisa, is a great question. I honestly don't know. I don't know. Oops. How often? I know we've certainly got this little release here, and they're going to be steadily, I think, was the kind of motto. They're going to be steadily releasing it over the next year. Just they've worked really, really hard to get something out so quickly to us. And then we're going to get more as the kind of months go on and into next year. Oh, okay. A couple of questions. Crop would be epic in person. Don't necessarily need any teaching, just some social. Yes, Katie, that's exactly what my things were going to be. When we started them up literally before COVID, such a long time ago, we did one, I think, and then we had to go into lockdown. But yeah, it was just, and it's a chance for me to do some scrapbooking as well, because we just get together in person. It's on Saturday, so anybody from a bit further away can travel down as well. There's some lovely places to stay, not too expensive if guys wanted to come from further afield. And I just rent a space. We share the cost of the hall between us. I take a little bit extra for using people and use my inks, my stamps, everything like that. But yeah, we basically have a good time together. Really like to know how to make a Christmas cabin treat box out of the country birdhouse dies. I can imagine it, but I'm sure. Oh, Mandy. Okay, perfect. A Christmas cabin. Have you seen any online? That would be my first point of call, because once I've seen it, I can probably make it. I'm pretty good at working out the kind of measurements and stuff. My problem is having the creative ideas in the first place. Oh, Shaz, honestly, yes, I would love for you to come. Love for you to come down. So I need to find a spare weekend. Like once every 6 weeks is my roster. If I find a spare Saturday, I would love to throw that in, because I loved the one that we did, and then obviously we had to go straight into lockdown. Well, this is looking amazing with these papers. They're such Christmassy colours, aren't they? You're not a Christmas fan, but intrigued about spring and summer stuff. Yes, for sure. There definitely will be, Louisa. They've just released these ones to kind of get us going, and then we will definitely be releasing more, for sure. Yeah, I think not everybody. I love scrapbooking Christmas. It's one of the things. I make a mini album. I try and make a mini album every year. Haven't done very well at finishing this year, but the pictures are in and it's got pages. So that's something, I suppose. I think it would look good as a sort of elf's cottage. Yes. I tell you what, I will give that a go, Mandy. If I might reach out to Emma for some help, because she is just in another league, isn't she? But she's my upline for a reason. Bless her. Good choice. Right, so that is our card base. Now we need to make the easel pop up. So you're going to grab your piece of cardstock. This is the bit that was left over from cutting our base. I love that. It's so pretty. Colours are beautiful. This other one I didn't look quite as vibrant. Okay, take your scrap. Oh, you're very welcome, Mandy. Very welcome. And I've just made the projects for the stamp camp. So anybody who wants to come and join stamp camp, the reindeer, I've just made the projects for that, and it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good one. I'm going to show you how to colour the reindeer, because I know not everybody's going to do that. Okay, so this piece of cardstock was the offcut, and I'm just going to score it. I mean, in half. I don't know where half is. Look, it's a bit out, but it doesn't matter. As long as you can fit. This is the deckled circled eyes. And you are going to want to just place an order this week for your annual December daily scrapbook project, but last year was very empty. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It needs some focus. So this is the deckled circle dies. So from the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7. It's basically the biggest circle die that will fit in here. It doesn't want to be bigger than that, because otherwise it won't work. And what you're going to do is grab your bone folder and make that score line. Then grab your die cut machine. Again, love my Mini. It does 90% of my work. Stamp camp, and hopefully yes, absolutely, hopefully, Katie. I am. It's in my head. I need to do some form of retreat, but I just haven't given myself time to sit down and think about that yet. But I will. It is on my planning list. So can you see it? No, you can't see. That's useless. What you're going to do? Fold your cardstock over. Put the die in, but just overhang the edge. Okay, so as long as you can see space between the die and the card, you're good. You don't need to leave much space at all. You can tape it if you should choose to. or you can go rogue like I'm trying to do, but I'm going to tape it because you don't want to see me fapping, do you? So just pop that through the die cut machine. So it's right on the edge. Right on the edge of kind of the limits of this machine. So roll that through and then take that off. Now it doesn't matter if you've got a little bit kind of crinkly marks on this one because you're going to cover it up completely. So you can ditch that bit. Then just grab yourself another bit of basic white cardstock. So it doesn't need to be thick this time. Have I got glitter on my hands? I think it's I put some clear nail polish on and it's chipped off. I'm terrible with my nails. I don't think I've worked with anything glittery, but then you know how glitter is. Could be anywhere. In the middle. Probably. You know what glitter's like, Katie. Right, so you're just going to cut another normal circle. Just out of a normal piece of cardstock. And you could do this out of coloured, you could do this whatever you wanted, but I'm just going to do it out of white. So I'm not sure yet what my base is going to be. I'm not sure. This is where I'm a little bit winging it. Okay, so we've got one of those, and one of those. Now what we need to do is take this bit here, and we're going to, you could measure it and mark it and fold it. I'm not going to. I'm literally just going to fold it. And as long as that left and right hand edge kind of are meeting up, again, you're not going to see any of this. And just use your bone folder to furnish that. And that there is the base for your easel. Stampin' Up delivery tomorrow, Louisa. It's exciting, isn't it? It's very exciting. I'd love to know what you've got. What did you go for? So now you can be as OCD as you like. You can basically just stick that on as is, or you can go really, and the way there's this little one piece, I'm going to see, there's that one little piece there that sticks out further than everything else. So if you can find that, and if it's not there, it's probably on this bit up here, you eventually will marry the rest of it up. But actually that is good enough for me. I did manage to find it on the last one. And then you're going to put glue on here. And then you're going to pop that one on top like that. So you can be as precise as you want. Take your time with it and line it up properly, or just whack it on. Ah, hello, Hazel. Well, well, well. Lovely to see you this evening. Last week annual leave. So, oh, this one will be the last one you see live. Oh, Hazel. Oh, we need more holiday, don't we? Why do they not give us more holiday? So that is your pop-up easel. Okay, so there's your card. And there's your pop-up easel. Yes, I'm going to see you on Saturday. We've got our team training on Saturday. I'm very excited. I don't think Russ is as excited because it means I'm not here to do the decorating. We are falling ever so slightly behind with that. But then, you know, life's for living. I had a friend once, and bless her heart, she's no longer with us. And every time I kind of said, oh, do you want to come and do this crafty thing, she was like, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do the other. And she died. And she died really fairly young, actually. I think she was probably only late 50s, early 60s, if that. And I just kind of was like, what a shame that all of her life she went, I have to do these other things. I have to do any of the boring stuff, really. The only thing I have to do is go to work and make something to eat. Everything else is kind of optional. Oh, yeah, we'll miss you too, Katie. It'll be one day you'll be back with us. You'll be back with us soon. So that is your little pop-up easel fold, and that's going to fold flat, and then these are going to fold flat too. Like however, I don't really know how does it go? Something like that. However you want to. That thing, the whole thing folds flat, and then you kind of pop it up. Your recipient may or may not require instructions, and it's gonna go like that, and then we're gonna decorate this little pop-up easel card. How cute. I love it. So what have we got in here that would work? I found this one, and I thought that looked quite cute. Oh, you can't see. I thought that looked quite cute. Oh, we could, honestly, Katie. Yeah, you'll have to. I know. Yeah, I don't know how strict everyone will be, but we could have a special guest, couldn't we? And then we've got all these bits and bobs, so we could kind of mix and match. We don't want that one for now because that's the card fronts. What do we want? I'm welcome some input. Oh, we've got this one here. Anything you do, you just don't want it to be below that circle, whatever you put on there. This is the bit that I struggle with decorating. I found a bear. I thought that was quite cute. The bear and the presents. And we've got another sheet as well. So what have we got on the other sheet? So anybody got like 3 hours? Because that's how long we're going to be. The sleigh. The sleigh is cute. It's really red as well, isn't it? Which is great for this card, red and green. Oh yes, Katie. Look at that. I think that might have to go on. And then we've got this other sheet here. Do we want any of those? I think they're all a bit too big. So I was going to have a go at making something else as well. So I wonder whether we do some form of inking on the background, or do we bring in these little sheets? These are the they're the oh, there's where my little bit of gold foil came from. They are from the ephemera packs, the Christmas ephemera packs. And I've lost a few already. Never mind. So we've got pictures, and I think we've decided on the sleigh. Ah, hello, Claire. Lovely to see you. To see you soon as well in person. What's Katie saying? Oh, you are here. Exactly, Hazel. Here right now and enjoying my randomness. That is my Thursday night live crafting. The Ring of Lights. Yes, I think oh yeah, this one. That's cute, isn't it? Because there's a light DSP as well. That's like that one. Oh, you can't see. There we go. That one. That's cute. I just told you the widely flowering set, so you had to buy that. And I've turned up on card and bought quite a few of the new gems. The new gems are stunning, aren't they? Right, so we've got these sentiments here as well. So we've got some gold. And we've got this one, just for you. That's quite nice. Christmas wishes. So with these, you just kind of literally just pop them out. And you get 2 of everything. So you never need to kind of go, oh, that's the only one I've got. So is that going to go? Is it going to go? So we don't want to go below the edge of here, and we don't want to come off the 4x4 sheet. But other than that, we can basically go wild. So I think that might look good. I'm just going to kind of keep holding it up. It's a bit fiddly. I think it cuts off too much of the sleigh. What about one of these? One of these little sending cheer. So the storage of these, because I'm doing exactly what I knew was going to happen. Yes, that's much better. Sending cheer up there. They're all going to go everywhere because I'm not going to decide what I want. I'm going to pop them all out. So I have put them in a stamp case. I've currently lost it, but basically just one of our clear stamp cases. This is the cards for the next Messy Hands class. Anybody who comes to my classes, I won't show you them ahead of schedule. But these are all in one of these stamp cases, and then you can pop them out to your heart's content and you can just throw them back in the case. Could put a bear at the back and have a bear behind. Hazel, you could have a bear behind. Bless you. He's too cute though. He needs to be seen. He's not stifled away somewhere. What are we going to put at the front though? So we're going to have that one there and then that one up there. And maybe a bit of ink flicking, I think. Potentially another layer. You're getting to see my creative process. And then I wonder whether we choose something like this to act as our stopper, because we need a stopper. Oh, look, we've got some stars in here as well. Let's have some of those. So easy to miss that kind of thing. Let's have a couple of those little mini stars as well. Use the Dear Santa sentiment. Dear Santa. Where am I seeing that one, Katie? Oh, that one. Yeah, I like that. But I like the gold on that one. But you're right. Dear Santa goes much better. All about From the North Pole. I know it's the wrong colour. The wrong colour, green. I think that works. It's really fiddly, this card, I'm not going to lie. I need like 4 pairs of hands. Supposed to be crafty, but too busy chatting. Well, at least I'm not talking to myself. Yeah, I think I'm going with that, From the North Pole. So that one can go back there. We've got some little stars, and then we've got something to act as a bit of a stopper down here. And we're going to put that up on dimensionals and potentially a bit of card underneath it. Because, so I know the greens aren't an exact match, but I think we're going to go for that. If you put this up on dimensionals, it's a bit loose. So what I would suggest doing is just grabbing a little bit of cardstock. How long? You can always cut that down to size. And we're just going to pop that on the back of here. Really, really rough, but it is just to give it a little bit of stability. So as long as you can't see it from the front, so I'm just going to chop out a little bit there, and then you're just going to glue that down flat with some Tombow. Yeah, it's just a little bit floppy, Katie. I think I would rather that have some stability personally. For the sake of cutting out a little bit of cardstock, I think that's a good move. It's going to go on there like that. I mean, they're not really flimsy. They're a fair weight, actually. They're a fair, but just to give it a bit of a helping hand. And that way, when we put it up on dimensionals, it's going to be secure. If you were sticking it down flat, I wouldn't bother. It's perfectly fine. Making you chuckle with being spoiled. Honestly, I can't do it, Mandy. Making a decision is probably... We go out for dinner sometimes, and I literally just stare at the menu, and Russ is like, do I need to choose for you? I'm like, yes, please. I just can't do it. So if ever you go out for dinner with me and I'm struggling, just make a choice. I will eat nearly anything. I will like nearly anything. The other thing I sometimes do is just choose exactly the same as Russ, and then there's no food envy at all, because we've got exactly the same thing. Yeah, making a decision is not... Apart from at work, I'm great at making decisions at work. It's what I do for a living. But as soon as I get home, I seem to lose that ability. So there's our little stopper. It's just going to hold up our easel card like that. Then I think I am going to cut another circle. I just feel like this needs a bit more oomph to it, to be honest. So we're going to grab our deckled circles again. I'm going to grab the one below. And then we're going to cut that out just with some basic white cardstock again. Oh, it is a really cute... Oh, Louisa, gold. Do we need some gold foil underneath this? I think you might be right. I was going to go for some ink splattering, but You could be absolutely right. So let me get my gold cardstock. There we go. Just cut a bit of that out. The nice thing about all of these things, actually, would that go in the middle there? Oh, doesn't matter. Right here. See, I can't even decide where to cut the cardstock. It's ridiculous. There we go. Okay, I'm going to run that through the trimmer, the die cut machine, and I'm going to see what we got. It's cute. It's really looking good. Yeah, honestly, there's so much choice. Like, what I was going to do is I was going to make several projects this evening. I've taken so long to decide what I want on here. We've only got the one. And I can't show you the picture in the catalogue yet, but I've seen some lovely ideas. I'll show you the pictures, actually. Just kind of looking through Pinterest, getting some ideas and inspiration. Quite a lot of the projects weren't even Stampin' Up. But it might be good for me to show you that, actually, because then you can see how I kind of decide. So there is our gold foil cardstock, looking gorgeous. You do get quite a lot of marks on cardstock, the foiled, when you cut it, but we're going to cover nearly all of that up anyway. It just gives us a bit more of a sparkly base underneath, doesn't it? And then that's going to go on there, something like that. I think that's good. What I also might do is I might just sponge the edges of this. So easier done when the card is like that. I might just put some red. Could live to regret this. So just a little bit of red around the edges. I think this would be much easier done when it's not attached. Just takes the starkness of the white away. I need to go up as far as there. Oh gosh, now we've got pink. Let's do a bit more. Just made a nice pink card now. So if you're going to go for it, go for it. That's better. And this, my lovely ladies, is why I normally always figure out what I'm doing before I come live. There we go. And then that one on top like that. I just think that's better, personally. Okay, so stick that on. Now, good question. When I'm sticking foil on, I very, very rarely use liquid glue. If you do, what you can find is it just leaves kind of lines and dents. So I'm just going to use some tape runner. If you sand the rest of the foil, then it looks deliberate. Yeah, that's true. I'm not very good at making things look like antique or vintage. I don't really like the distressed look. I know some people are really good at it, but I'm really not. So I think, yeah, I think it just needed a bit of, you might disagree with me, but a little bit of sponging around the edge. And then we're going to stick on, probably on dimensionals, our sleigh. And now with these, I wouldn't worry too much about having a cardstock behind it because it's not being used as a stopper. This just needed to be a little bit more softy and drawn to the teddy bear. I know, Mandy. Do you know what? I was so nearly put the teddy bear on the prototype. I had him on there with the presents behind him. I love that. It's so cute. I am also a big softie. We have all our teddy bears in the living room and on my bed. Luckily, Russ is quite taken with them too. I'm putting quite a lot of dimensionals on here. I wouldn't normally put that many, but it just because it's like DSP rather than thick cardstock. Distressing just makes things look upset. Quite, Katie. I am with you there. So I'm just going to stick that one on. And then this one is going to go on over the top, I think. From the North Pole. So we're not going to need any on that bottom bit, but like there and there. And there. Okay. Oh, thanks, Mandy. I'm glad you think it was a good choice. You know, one of those things you get halfway through it and you go, okay, not a great deal we can do about that right now. So we need to make sure this doesn't stick out the side. That's the only thing we do need to be careful of. So when you undo your card and then just use that to stick that on, but make sure that edge doesn't come over the edge there, like just. And then you'll still be able to fold your card flat. I mean, flat it's not very flat, it's nice and chunky. Oh, bless you, Katie. I'm so glad it arrived. I think it came while you were on holiday. I was late sending your birthday card. There we go, from the North Pole. There's our little card. Cute ephemera pack, lovely pack of papers. Yeah, I think we've got time to make one more. Russ is still racing, and I've dilly-dallied. And I'm going to dilly-dally some more. And I'm just going to... I need to move that because it's not quite far enough left. But I shall do that off camera. Cute fold. Honestly, you could do that with so much. And then you're just decorating that little pop-up panel in the middle. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so what else can we do? Let me show you the pictures that I was thinking. I didn't put my stars on. I'll do that later. What am I doing? Before I show you that, let's just go to my gallery. I'll show you my entire phone. So this is one from Michelle Jutrissa. I only worked with her on a design team once, actually. So these are the cards she's come up with. There's the teddy bear Mandy. So cute. So she's used like some die cuts as well on some of the papers. And then what else have we got? This one here was made using these cards, which are really fun. I like the gold dipped cards. You can't see. So we've got red, blue, and green. So we've got that. I love that card. So same as the teddy bear, and she's got the drums underneath the Christmas tree. And then a simple sentiment, card done. And then this is the kind of folds. This is Cindy Lee B Designs. I was thinking this would look really good with just something in the middle. Cute. And then this one as well, I was thinking that kind of design there would look really cute with some of that ephemera pack on. And that's just from Pinterest, so I'm just literally searching Pinterest. That was the other one as well. This was from completely different craft company, but we could make a background with the real red and then stick that die on and then kind of something over the middle. So I thought I might have a little go at making that one. I have only got 5. You've got a Christmas tree that goes under your... Oh, that's so cute. Christmas drum which goes under your tree. I love that. So what should we do? We've got a red one. Shall I show you how to make the background with this? With that kind of inky... I know I've done it before, but you guys might not have seen it. If you've got time. I know we're running over, but we really have an awful lot else to do. I have actually, I've got loads to do, but I'd rather be crafting with you guys. So what we've got is a piece of real red cardstock. So I'm going to need a full sheet, annoyingly. Okay, so we're going to cut this down to 10. Oh look, I found the pack, so it's got all these sentiments in as well. I'm going to cut this down to 14 by 10. 14 by 10. I love making these kind of blended. I've already got the ink and the cardstock out, so and the blending brush. So we're going to grab the Real Red ink pad and our red blending brush. So we've got a Real Red card base, but we want to make this like dark around the edges. So we're going to give it an ombre effect. So let's flip that over, because that's our blending side. And we're just going to start blending. So tone on tone blending is really, really good. It just brings so much. Brings that piece of cardstock alive. I know Martin Stone, he sadly left Stampin' Up now, but really, really good at these kind of backgrounds. And we can even bring in a little bit of cherry cobbler as well if we want to. So I'm just going to leave this middle bit Real Red. You want to leave that bit. You could do with this with Poppy Parade as well and a Real Red ink pad. Poppy Red Parade is a bit lighter. Yeah, ombre is so good, Louisa, isn't it? So good. So we are going to add that ink all the way around, and then I will bring in that cherry cobbler just for a little bit darker right on the edges. Okay, so that's giving you a bit of that kind of, it's a bit vintagey, isn't it, that? And then I didn't have a red ink pad, believe it or not, a red blending brush, believe it or not. I think all my red had then been used with purple and pink, and so this is cherry cobbler. We're just going a little bit darker right around the edges. Cherry cobbler is a lovely Christmas colour. Don't want to go crazy with it, but just helps that richness. And then we get to do the fun part, which is a little bit of stamping and splattering is what they've done on theirs. Can you see that now? I'll turn that over actually. Just look at, I love that effect, that tone on tone. And it just like, it looks like the card is almost glowing. So we can bring in some white. We need some white and a little bit of stamping. So what are we going to use for stamps? I've got this one here, which might be quite nice. This is the new. So a big block. Now, I don't know whether I need Real Red or cherry cobbler for this. So I'll start with the Real Red because we can always go darker. Well, I say I start with the Real Red. I can't find it. Right, let's just go for it. There we go. So the Real Red would be more subtle. The cherry cobbler is going to be this little darker. And we're just going to stamp that all the way around the edges. Give ourselves this fun kind of border. Just like that. Love it. Okay, and then we're going to bring in some white. So what I use, you've got the white craft ink. Gosh, there's a new one. I might just have to use the old one. I can't get the lid open. So this is the white craft ink. I'm going to grab a block and I'm just going to put some on a little block. It's lovely, isn't it? I mean, it's one of my favourite stamp sets in the new catalogue. I'm yet to use it a lot, but I've used it a few times. I'm going to use that at our next team training as well. So we're just grabbing a little block and I'm going to put some of this white craft ink on there like that. There are other companies that do white splatter sprays, and I will be honest, if I was doing this kind of for my mixed media, I would probably use something else just because I haven't got to mix it with anything. So this one I'm just going to take a little bit of water and we're just going to make that a little bit more runny. And this is where I normally get the ratio of water to, so too weak and you won't actually, the white won't actually show up on your card. And then you're just going to flick that ink all over, and you're going to need to wait for this to dry afterwards, but it's going to look amazing. It will dry less opaque, so that's why you need to get that ratio right. So go for the, basically you want it as runny as you as non-runny as possible, but it still needs to be able to flick and get some good splatters down. Yes, it's the craft white. So it's craft white. If you buy the empty pad, stamp pad, you then refill it yourself using this. It's not something I use often on, but can you see? I will come back to it in a bit so you can see it, but it is going to dry paler, so you kind of can get away with putting more on. I don't know how to make it stay like that because that's really, really pretty, isn't it? Have I filled my, so one of my stamp pads I have, Louisa, yes, and the other I actually kept as a memento pad. So I don't know if I know you've not been around, that's not a problem, but this is the white pad that you get and you fill it up with the white ink yourself. I've actually put black ink in mine, the memento, because it stamps beautifully. I was really struggling with the memento pads that I had and refilling them. So can you see, I don't know if you can, but those bits where they're drying are just going kind of more muted. So it's going to give you this really kind of soft look. I kind of want it to stay that dark white, but I don't think it's going to. I've yet to discover how to get them really opaque, but that's cool. So that can dry, and then we could just put some water on there and let the ink activate as well, but I think we've got enough going on, and we'll grab some gems later as well. So let me put that there and that there, and then flip that over now. Oh, I've got white craft on one side, and let's just do that. And I don't want to get white craft ink on everything. Okay. So now we're going to bring in, what I was thinking was one of these perhaps, these big wreaths, or there is this, oh, look at that poinsettia. It's really dark, it might be too big. This is this one I'm looking for, this big oval, because that would suit, if it's the right design, our card really well. So let's have a little look. It might be a bit big. Might be a bit big, that. So let's go Christmas tree. Oh, that's cute. Where was that big Christmas tree that lady used? Let's see if we can find that, eh? It's a big one with a star at the top. Where's she got that from? Is that on? Oh, okay. Is that on a card base? Anybody just joining? I just seen the numbers have gone up a little bit. We are having a lovely time playing at the moment. So this is the one the lady had used in the photo I showed you with the teddy bear under. She cut this one out by hand. I think that's really clever. She's cut that one out by hand and then stuck that on. So I might do that because I'm unlikely to use that as a card front, if I'm completely honest. You've not managed to do it, did you? The card to move the ink, right? Yes, exactly. So you just like put as much on as you can, and then just use like a old credit card, and you kind of spread it around. You could use the back of a plastic spoon as well, Louisa, if you've got any plastic cutlery kicking around. But most of us have got kind of old like National Trust cards or a gift card or something like that you can use. Oh, Christmas is too early for her. I'm not allowed to sing Christmas tunes at the moment. I'm not allowed to sing Christmas tunes until the 1st of December. But they definitely are arriving in my head. So I'm thinking we could do really similar to that layout there that lady's made. Who was that again? Let me give some credit where credit's due. Oh, I don't know, actually. I didn't. I just screenshotted it. So in the demonstrate planning place. So if this is your card and you recognise it, thank you very much for the inspiration. I like the demonstrator planning place. If you don't know, if you're not with Stampin' Up, is a place where demonstrators in Stampin' Up get to hang out. And we kind of inspire each other and we put our cards on. We get business news and crafty news through there. So it's a cool place to hang out. And there's always loads and loads of ideas. Oh, Hazel, 86 Christmas cards and we're not even in September. You are a machine. I love that. I think this is going to look cool. Yeah, I've made maybe 5. And only those were like demonstration cards I've had to make for various projects. I don't think I've actually sat down and made a single Christmas card. I've got a few though, which I think might be my designs for my, and I might just batch make. But then I'll have swaps to do and all sorts. So much going on, isn't there? Definitely the 100% Mandy. We are having the teddy bear. It is 100% going under this. So yes, thank you for whoever's card that was, because that's exactly what she's done. We've just combined 2 cards that we've seen, and that's what I love doing with stamping and crafting. And don't be scared to play as well. Like I was doing something yesterday, and it just wasn't like what I was trying to achieve just wasn't working. So I went completely a different tack. And in the end, my finished card was a combination of 2 failed things. I just suddenly had, because I had everything on my desk and I just took a look at it and I was like, huh, they work together. So, yeah, I kind of mashed everything together and came up with something completely different to what I had planned. But yeah, I just don't be scared to go, do you know what, that's not working. I'm going to do something else. So this is a gorgeous Christmas tree. I think we're going to need some gold sentiments on this as well. So that is going to go front and center. Look at that, stunning, huh? And then we are going to grab our teddy bear. I was just about to say I'm not sure he's going to fit Mandy, but I think you might leave forever if I didn't put him on there. Right, so we've got the big teddy bear here, or we've got, I'm trying to try and find the little teddy bear. I don't know, is this one any smaller? Yeah, this one's marginally smaller. So I think we're going to go with him and some presents sitting underneath the Christmas tree on our big sparkly background. And then we're going to grab some white cardstock for a base. I'm really aware that I've covered up most of my background, but I think that's okay. 14.5. Or should we put, no, it won't go on one of those. It won't go on one of these, will it? No, that looks silly. You've got to try these things. So 14.5 by 21. You like throwing the kitchen sink at your cards. Well, I'm in good company tonight then, Louisa. Or you're in good company, whichever way around that is. You could also add Wink of Stella for sparkly background. Yes, we could indeed, Katie. Oh, where did my presents go? There they are. I love a bit of Wink of Stella. My bone folder is buried, so we'll have to make do and mend. So I think just put that on that white base. It's going to make it pop. Because all your die cuts have got white outlines. So that is going to go on there. I am just wondering whether we've just covered it up a little bit too much. I don't think we have. It needs a bigger tray. Okay, so white craft ink has dried. Can you see how that's dried so much lighter than it was? But it's a cute background. And I think we are going to use Katie's Wink of Stella. Yeah. Oh, that's an unused Wink of Stella. If I really want to open a new one right now. Let's see what we've got in these. These are great. If you've not seen Wink of Stella before, you need one in your life. It just adds... That one's run out, I think. We need to throw the old ones away is what we need to do. Yeah. This one must be working. Yeah, there we go. So you just kind of squidge it until you get until it's coming out. You can just see that's just starting to come out, and then you splatter it onto your background. And you may or may not be able to see this on the camera. It will definitely pick up in person though, and it will look amazing. It just adds that sparkly touch when you hold it up to the light. Obviously, if you don't want dirty hands, don't do it this way. And sometimes it feels like you're not actually getting anywhere or putting anything down, but when you hold that up to the light, you can just see all that shimmer and shine. Yeah, Katie, sorry. I'm not very good at doing things on screen. And now I've got to do something with my hand. There we go. Okay, so let's stick that onto our card base with just some normal liquid glue. Preferably the right way up. Okay. And then our Christmas tree is going to go on. You could also just kind of put the Christmas tree half on, half off and like chop it down the side, but I'm not convinced I'm brave enough. So flat it is. That's going to go on flat, and then we'll pop those other elements up on dimensionals. So that's going to go front and center. So beautiful. And then the bear can go on dimensionals, wherever they've gone. So funny, like when you watch other people online craft, you can't see their workspace, which is probably a good thing, to be honest. Like, I've barely got an inch of space around me at the moment. So our little teddy bear is going to go here. And our presents, just like that. And that one will go on dimensionals as well, I think. So I feel like I need some red sparkly gems. So I'm going to see what we've got. And a sentiment we need as well. So let's bring back our sentiments. I really kind of want a nice gold foil sentiment of some description. It's just so much choice, honestly. So we've got the sending cheer that we might have used. We've got the Happy New Year, or we've got one of these. Joy. Or we've got this big Merry Christmas. Noel. Honestly, I think there might just be too much choice, to be honest. Happy Christmas. How about there? What do we reckon? Oh, Mandy, you love it, do you? I have to put your name on it. I have to remember. I've still got one to send Joanna as well. Bless her. Thinking of Joanna. Had some family news. I'm wondering how that's going. So we are going to pop that up on dimensionals. Very cute and a nice mix. Oh, thank you, Katie. You know me, I do panic when I've got to make live. Like I'd be no good at that kind of pressure crafting. Okay, so that's going to go there like that. That one is going to go. Remember to keep onto all your little bits, and that's why the case is really good, because you can just throw them in. Oh, we've got some of those stars that we didn't put on the other one. Look. So what do we reckon? I think we might need a couple of stars just to top that off. We'll just pop those down flat. There you go. One there. Yeah, honestly, the images are amazing, and I love how the paper pack, and I hadn't realised it until tonight, how this paper pack, so if you have not kind of watched me live, this is from the mini catalogue, Stampin Up mini catalogue that's coming out soon, and you get papers and ephemera, so much in here. Honestly, you can make a ton of Christmas cards, and they combine with this, so they coordinate with this ephemera pack as well, which I hadn't realised. I think it's perfect. Ah, Louise, you're still with us, bless you. So that is our card. Like I say, you could put some gems on or whatever you wanted to, but a fun background for you, and a nice little card there. And then the one we made earlier, our little pop-up corner card. So fun fold and a bit of a technique for you. And actually only 9:15, which I think is quite remarkable. So you can see how quickly these cards can come together once you want to, and you don't need to go into all that detail and make the backgrounds either. You could literally just have some fun, use the papers, and away you go. Right, my lovely lot, thank you so much for sticking with me. Apologies for the technical issues at the beginning, and apologies for my dilly-dallying and lack of decision-making as we go along. I normally am prepared, and I will endeavour to do better, but it's fun for you to see the kind of creative process, and that not everything comes as easily all the time. So it's good for you to see, because sometimes everyone's like, oh, you love everything you make, it's always good, and it's like, yeah, but you don't see what goes in the bin, the amount of things that go in the bin before I get to the finished result. Happy with those two tonight. Good to see yes, exactly, Katie, it is good to see other people's processes, and having a look at Pinterest and kind of just getting some ideas and then kind of merging the things together. Louise, you are more than welcome. It's my pleasure, and thank you for joining me too. Really nice to hang out with you guys. It wouldn't be the same without you. Absolutely not. I couldn't do my Thursday lives. I'm just checking to see if I'm here next week. I'm on the day shifts next week, so I will be here. I will be here at 8 p.m. UK time next week. Thanks so much, everybody. My pleasure. Hazel, lovely to see you live. And thanks, Mandy. Thank you, Shaz. Thank you, everybody who's commented, for sticking with me, and got nothing done tonight, but it's all good. I've got 2 Christmas cards done, so I've had a productive evening. Right, take care, all you lovely lot, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye for now. Bye, guys.